Welcome back to Veteran Voices. I'm your host, Jay Baker, and we're talking with Joanne Hamline about her experiences as a door gunner and flight engineer in Afghanistan. Joanne, thank you again for coming on. And so tell us, what's it like to be up in the Chinook in Afghanistan behind the gun?
Behind the gun, it's the most rewarding thing I've ever done. You know, when you join the military, you join for a reason. My reason is that I like to help people. That's my way of my DNA. I have to help people,
Right.
and this job allowed me to get to the top of what not only the military trade but the flight engineer trade could offer. Because every day we went out there, we flew people, we flew cargo, and we moved people around so they didn't have to take the roads. And we knew somewhere deep inside that one person was coming home safe and sound to their family because we were out there working. So
Right.
for me, that's the highlight of what a job can give you, right? When you know you make a difference. And it's not just maybe I'm making a difference. You know deep down that it's it's making something different for someone. So it was really rewarding. Just the power of that aircraft. When we're lifting stuff, you can feel it in your chest, like the blade, the flapping of the blade. Your whole body could know what was going on. It was absolutely amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
I know we have we have 450 Squadron here in PET, and they fly the Chinooks around all the time. And there's a big difference between the little Griffins zipping by and then the big whoomp, whoomp, whoomp of the twin rotors of the Chinook. It is pretty
Absolutely.
awesome.
It's awesome, but the two mixed together because we never flew without an escort, and the
Right.
Griffins were our escort out there. So when we were on the ground busy bringing cargo or hauling passenger, well, they were protecting us from the air. So it was a combined relationship. One didn't go without the other, but it's completely different. In a Chinook, you can stand up, you can walk, and
Yeah.
it's like a flying tank, right? It's I had bullet holes in my aircraft and it still flew. So it's really an amazing aircraft. And the
Right.
crew, you're really part of the crew. It's not like the pilot could fly the aircraft by themselves because it's a big aircraft. In the back, they don't know what's going on. They don't know the back where the blades are. They don't know. So you're really part of the crew. And it's extremely satisfying and always challenging. There's never a flight that we're the same, never a mission that's the same. And to see the smile on the infantry guys that we were picking up, because they didn't have to walk, they didn't have to do the
Yeah.
15 hours, right? It was a 15-minute flights. So for them, we dropped them, they did their mission, we picked them up, and they still smell like soap, right? So they didn't spend 2 days just for a mission. So
Exactly.
I think it was a win-win situation for the tactical aviation, but also to show the military community that we have a place. The Air Force have a role to play, and where we can be part of the game as much as the infantry people.
Right. Exactly. And now you've written a book about your experiences.
I have, yes,
Yeah. So,
yes, that's
and tell us a little bit about the book. What can the readers expect?
well. My book is called "The Wings of a Pioneer," Les ailes d'une pionnière. It's a book that I started writing 3 years ago because PTSD was kind of taking control of my life.
Right.
So I started writing about my career, and it's really a story about of the highlights, what I've done. So while I was a Navy intake, I was really blessed to be able to fly across Canada from the East Coast to the mountains in BC. So I crossed the Rockies 3 times in a helicopter. There's
Wow.
not a lot of people that can say I landed in Whistler with people skiing around my aircraft. It's just that itself, it's pretty awesome.
Right. It is.
Yeah. So I'm talking about the beginning of my career, obviously, because I tried to open a window between the civilian world and the military lifestyle. Uh, I live up north in a community where there's not a big military population. We don't have a big base close by. So people are not used to seeing people in uniform, and for them, they don't really know what a soldier is. And a soldier is more than just a person who carries a gun. It's a
Yeah.
person who does whatever needs to be done for the population. So I'm talking about my deployments, all my 5 deployments, and also my time in Goose Bay, because I've met some amazing people flying up north. It's completely different than living around um, big areas. So just the lifestyle and fishing. I used to go to work on my snowmobile in the winter. There was actually more skidoos in the parking lot at the squadron than they were actually vehicles in
You
the
can definitely
wintertime.
tell you're in a northern community when that happens, right?
Exactly. You have to live it to believe it. You have to see it to believe it. So my book, it's highlighting all those moments, those great moments that I've had, all the people that I met, the important people, that the bonds that I made it with the boys in Afghanistan, obviously. So it's
Right.
not a sad story. It's really a story filled with 160 pictures. So there's a bunch of pictures that show people what do we sleep like in Bosnia. We slept in sea container. Well, people think that we're in hotels all the time. Well, that's not it. So there's picture about me working and doing jobs, so people
Yeah.
can have an insight on the military lifestyle.